Welcome back to Think Cutie. It is the beginning of May and our events are starting up again. We actually have 3 events this month, so we're gearing up and getting ready. And of course, May is a little bit different because it is our birthday month for both of us. We both have birthdays that are like 5 days apart in May, and we went to the Mall of America. I wanted to get bubble tea. We just spent the day out together, shopping, spending our birthday money that we had set aside, and check out these cute little cookie and biscuit baskets that they have at Nico Nico, and this is on the first floor of the Mall of America, and it's kind of by H&M store. And I hadn't had my bubble tea with the tapioca pearls in a while, so we had to get those. And as we were getting them, with the new little petite train that they have leaving out of Nickelodeon Universe went by. It was so super cute. Adults can sit in there. We thought about going and doing that, but we were starving, so we finally went to Master Noodle and were able to sit down because for once during the day they had seats open, and we really wanted to try some of the things that they're sold out of whenever we've gone up there. And so I kind of wanted a meat and noodle dish from this Chinese restaurant, and so we got a meat dish with the noodles, and there's some daikon in there, and we got the famous bao, the bao that they run out of there, and it was really yummy. And of course we did some more shopping around, spent some money, and then we went to dinner because it's close to Cinco de Mayo, and so we had some Mexican food to celebrate. And then the very next day I had to go out on my own, and I feel like I've turned into my father because he goes to Menards all the time. For anybody who doesn't know, it's a hardware store where you can pretty much get everything and anything. And I went in there, I've been going in there regularly to get supplies for our events, for tools and things that we need. And I've been there at the crack of dawn with every male construction worker and other males that do hobbies, walking around alone in there. There's the wonderful little cart escalator that we go down, and yeah, I've got an extra table, so we're all ready to go for day one of the event. But of course we had Thursday prep day. Here we go. Hey everybody, it has been a while since you've heard from us on our events, but we had a little bit of time off to kind of unwind and get ready for this month because we have 3 events in 1 month. And we're starting off with the Spring Festival here on Mother's Day weekend, and this is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. As you can see, I packed the car all by myself, and while my husband was at work, and I'm going to pick him up. It is day 0. It is setup day. Here we go.
To record. We found our space. We're against the back wall, so we're just another row over from where we've been. Usually we're in like this row right here, and it's 2 buildings. Everyone's getting set up, and we have some really nice neighbors that helped us try to configure how we're going to do everything. And there we are in the back. Go this way, and here's where we're at. It's kind of looking really messy right now. We're trying to get the shelving up, but day 0 setup day. All right, one day we will get our tripod stand to record everything as we're setting up, but as you can see, we have our bins down there. We have a very different setup this time, and very nice neighbors who worked with us in our space, and we were trying to figure out how we were going to do setup and still allow our neighbor and ourselves a way to actually get out of the booth. But there we are. It's over. We only had maybe like an hour and a little bit, and we'll just have to come early tomorrow and continue setting up, because as you can see, our grid wall is empty and we don't have anything else there. But it looks like we've gone down pretty far in what we have to get through tomorrow.
All right, hopefully my audiobook stays paused, but we're all ready. You can see the back is emptied out, and we're off for day one of the Spring Festival at the Anoka County Fairgrounds. Now, this show has tended to be kind of like a smaller to maybe mid. We'll see how well we do with the change in some of our products. And at this time, too, we've tried to make some of our products more affordable and offer different varieties as far as pricing.
Yeah, I think our booth will look better this year, so hopefully that will contribute.
Yeah, we're in the back aisle, so I don't know if that's going to affect us by the time people get to us, but because we're in the first building, I don't know if it'll really matter as much. And hopefully we get good signal. Some people have had problems with signal for Verizon in the county fairgrounds inside the metal buildings, but we have 2 different carriers, so hopefully one of them works.
All right.
We're off. Driving down the side streets. It's a beautiful, clear day. I think it's supposed to get up into the mid-80s, which is pretty good for this time of year, considering that we're going into the second weekend of May, and normally it's like the temperatures are a little bit milder until we get to June here, so we shall see. Don't know if you can see that, but we are at, of course, there's one of the arches of the buildings, but we're at good old Mickey D's for breakfast this morning so that we can get at least a full meal in before the event starts, because everybody knows that does events, as soon as you start eating, you get customers. So hopefully we can get some food in.
Right, we have arrived in Anoka, and here it is, and we are about to go in and get set up. And we have a couple hours to do that.
All right, so we're outside. Everybody's still getting ready for the day. There's somebody else that we know getting set up with their t-shirts. And looks like we're gonna have lots of different food choices. Hey! And here we go. All right, here's the state of everything outside. Some of the tents are opening. We're in the building number 1, but we're going through building number 2 right now as everybody's getting set up. There are Jill and Jeremy of IRC. They're also fellow 3D and polymer clay artists. And there's Jill right there getting ready and set up. Hey. Hey, good morning. I'm just going through here. As you can see, some have probably already set up but still have their booths covered and they're not here yet. I just had to go out and move the car so that we're not in the way of anybody. And here we are. We are getting set up, and take a look at that. Here we go, there's our sign up, and here's where we're at so far. I think the earring wall is filled and I'm just working on the other part.
2025, we are at the Anoka Sunshine Festival, and we have a good space here on the back wall, and we are all set up with our neon sign and our new revamped setup here with the black tables and tablecloths, and we got these foldable shelving units that go on the tables with the clear acrylic stands, so this will really help with portability and space in our vehicles. So everything's looking really sharp and brand new. This is really great to see. So we are all set up for our summer events and we'll be well stocked. I have my dishwasher signs here. You can tell if the dishes are clean or dirty, and I have a lot of my minis here with the new tattooed crabs and the pandas for the Panda Festival that we're going to be at Mall of America. So be looking for that in July. And so I just got my mini station here, and we'll check back in a little bit.
All right, it is within the first half hour of the event starting at 11 o'clock, so it's close to 11:30 now. The first wave went through our building and has come and gone, and it looks like everybody's kind of browsing, maybe making a few purchases, and taking a look at things. And yeah, there's they're still going through the first aisle, so yet to make it back over here. So we did have some people buying some sweet treats as they look really good right next to us, so that's going to be very tempting throughout the weekend.
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Here he is, our good friend Jeremy and Jill. Got an impressive setup.
Here's one, and look at how cute! Hello, puppies!
Alright, I always have to go through the volume or the audio of the event because they always have music blasting outside, and you know YouTube, sometimes there's copyright. But they had lots of different food options for the spring one, and the difference is if you're going to participate, you should know that the spring one, that they don't have like the ticket charge that they would normally charge in the fall time to get in, and they don't have all of the little kid rides and everything. And the reason I'm saying that is because if people are going to be spending money on food and other entertainment things outside before they even get inside to purchase anything from small businesses, especially right now this year, that means that they're not going to have as big of a budget. And so while there might be more people, we just found that in the fall one, people tend to spend their money a little bit more spread out, and there's not as much to go around. So we don't know if we're actually going to participate in the fall one. And so I think right now that's why there's no ticket fee for the spring one. And I'm walking around outside to kind of get in my steps and show you the different food options that they have available. But this Friday was a little bit different because it's just seemed really slow compared to last year. So just kind of, at least you're getting to see the sights from us as I'm making my way around through the different areas.
All right, I had to come out here to the waffle bar and dessert drink, and I got a strawberry lychee. Looking forward to my bubble tea.
Alright, just taking you through the back entrance here of what one of the ticketing areas would be had they charged anything. But again, for the spring one, it is free. I had to go back out to the car and just kind of relax, cool off. Since it is a little bit quieter, that's one luxury of having two things. And the nice thing about this fairgrounds area is there's flushing toilets, water, and soap. And you can see there's a little player area for the kids. There's picnic basket or picnic tables and a covered food area.
While the wife was away, I just had to get this mini pack of pastries from our neighbors here at the Anoka Craft Show. They look so yummy, and we'll let you know what we think.
Alright, this is a different kind of POV. As you can see, we have the back of our sign and extra lights there. And since we're in the corner, it's a little bit darker. But as you can see, these shelves are maybe like 2 feet in between. So there's one layer, two, and then I do some of the top, but again, it is very tall. So I don't know if everybody can see some of those designs that we put up there. And then we have our earrings over there. But it's almost 2 o'clock. We've had a couple transactions just about every hour. But again, it is pretty slow. But it is Friday, so some people may be at work. It's also a very beautiful day, so we'll see how much traffic we get, and hopefully tomorrow's busier. Look at it. Wave to everybody. It's about 3 o'clock right now, and it is pretty slow here. We do have a lot of people looking, but again, it's really warm. They're trying to open up some of the venting or the windows. But yeah, kind of a slow start to the event. Oh, you're so cute! We are just kind of doing it the last couple hours, so we have a couple people looking in there, but it's getting a little bit louder. We see more people coming in. It's also cooled off outside, so hopefully this means that we're going to get some people for after work hours.
Really fine, girls. Ooh, that one smells pretty good.
All right, it is very sunny and warm. I don't know if you can tell that from like our faces, but it's very warm temperatures today. It got up to like the mid 80s, which is unusual in the beginning of May. So very warm, but the numbers and talking to everybody was a trickle. And I will be very upfront with you. Some of us were lucky if we even got a dozen sales for Friday. And the fact that it's like Mother's Day weekend, so I think we're all in the same boat. And those who maybe got more have a larger space, but they have to pay that back. So we're a little worried. Last year, we did really well here. Surprisingly better than we've done in previous years.
At least on the first day.
It just shows you don't know from year to year what's going to happen or what the factors are going to be. We've been rained out at this event too in previous years, and it's been really cold. So the important thing is hopefully we actually pay off our table or space tomorrow, and we'll see. It's a slow start.
We still got 2 days. So.
Yeah, so hopefully we at least get that back. And, you know, we always hope for profit, but it just goes to show you you're going to have good and bad shows.
At least there's no shortage of sweets.
Yeah, but you don't know, so you just got to try things and try to find which ones you tend to do better at. So, yeah, here we go. This is our first event in May, and then we have another one next weekend, and then another one at the end of May too. So we're gonna kind of measure and see how these all go together. All right, everybody, day one is done. All right, here we're leaving the little after the fairgrounds, and here's a little town here in Anoka. And Anoka is supposed to be kind of like a Halloween type town, but we don't really tend to have people buying more of like Halloween themed things, so it does vary. Maybe closer to this season, but we'll see. We're just trying to make our way home. All right, we're stopped. It's beautiful and sunny out again. It is day number 2. It is Saturday on Mother's Day weekend for the Spring Festival at the Anoka County Fairgrounds, and we are ready to go. So yesterday it was really slow for everybody. I mean, I've talked to other people, and we're lucky if any of us even got a dozen sales. So I mean, this is how it goes sometimes. So hopefully today people actually come out. It's going to be a little bit cooler today, so hopefully we get other people. And last year when we compared sales, it didn't matter if it was Mother's Day weekend or opening fishing up here in Minnesota. We did really well. But again, this is a brand new year, so we'll see what happens, and hopefully we just were able to pay off our space and then make a little bit of profit or something. Right. So, all right, here we go. Yeah, there's the motel, Anoka County.
We're here on Saturday at the fairgrounds, and because of the higher attendance, we have to go to the vendor parking lots, which are farther down, so it'll be a little longer walk for us, but fortunately we have a wagon. And I thought this morning to get some bottles of water. So one thing we haven't been doing is staying hydrated and drinking other drinks, so it'd be a perfect idea for you if you happen to be doing an outdoor event or just one that doesn't have very good ventilation, is to have some water on hand. It'll help everything overall, you feeling well and health wise. So we are here and hoping for good attendance today.
All right, we made it. We're here at the fairgrounds, and we had to park in a different area behind the bleachers of the field, and we're about to head in. It's supposed to start in like maybe 20 minutes. In the distance there, they have little ponies. I don't know if the Ferris wheel is going. They have kind of like an old, like, Western style area. And then there's the kiddie rides. But look at that. Sheriff's office, dentist's office, saloon, and sometimes they have like the Boy Scouts are usually like in the fall time down here. Oh, look at that. We didn't see that. Philly cheesesteak and crab fritters. And then there's the last building that they usually have. Any donuts? We usually get something from over there because it's like that's where they have the corn dogs and the cheese curds. And then here's where they have the adult beverages. But we're all kind of coming into the buildings this morning. We're back. Here we are coming back in. Here's how we left it. And so now it looks like everything hopefully is there. But we have to unpack it again and get ready. Alright, we have our lights on and I think we have everything all priced. We have a couple more things to set out today, at least on my side, and it looks like we're getting all the underneath lighting is what we're going to have to do next. But we're ready to go again for day number 2. We have a few minutes before everything starts, and there's a few of us looking around here, but everything's done, the lights are on, and I'm just waiting for the husband to come back after bringing our wagon to the car. Alright, we are by our booth space, and as you can see, it's much busier today already than it was yesterday, and it's much cooler today. So there's our neighbors, and here we are. We already had our first couple, and so we're just getting ready for the day. Alright, we can see in the distance the Ferris wheel is actually going. And there's a little soda and root beer, and here's the final building. I'm gonna go inside in the Creative Arts building and see who is in here. Sweets, shirts, cookies. As you can see, there's plushies and other things over here. Again, there's a lot of creators, there's a lot of food, and there's a lot of small business here. So I'm usually in the same spot. So it's pretty busy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go all the way in because I have to get back to our area, our booth. So coming back out. And again, it's definitely picked up today. Busy. And the good thing is that we have our spot all done, so definitely got our table back. Much busier today, all around. Going through the tents. Our building now, so this is our building. Let's see the different shirts. There's the popcorn guy. It's probably one of the few that was busier, and then as you can see through there, right around the salsa guy, it's pretty good peek to it. Here we are. Got our row, and my husband is talking to a few people about Ray D again.
My collection is pretty vast.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute! And look at the little baby chihuahua!
Don't worry, I think it's time to try some food. We got a cheddar dog, so they actually treat this like a panini. So they surround the little hot dog with cheddar and then do panini style. Alright, hey everybody. We're very tired. I don't know if you can see in our faces, but it is the end of day number 2. Much better today, but I would say compared to last year, we're about half of our number that we were last year. But we're just happy that we made anything after yesterday. So at least we made our space back and a little bit on top of that. So hopefully today is better, if not the same as today. So yeah, day number 2 is done. One more day to go. All right, everybody. All right, good morning, everybody. Here we are. We're still in the garage getting ready to leave, but we're on the last day, Sunday.
Got to rest a little bit, but still tired. And our minis for the 3D seemed to be a really big hit, especially economy wise.
At this event, yes.
Yeah, so at this event and last event, I mean, last event we sold well over, you know, we sold well over 100, and we're gonna try to see if we can hit at least 100 this time. Yesterday was okay, but again, compared to last year, it was, you know, about half. And as you know, we try to do like $1,000 a day, so you can kind of figure out what that number is. And the attendance yesterday was much better, but I would say like Friday, I don't know if it was worth being there that many hours. And it varies because last year we did pretty well. We probably did close to the number that we did yesterday, and then Saturday we did better, and then Sunday we actually had, I think in the beginning, before, like in the morning time, we did have quite a few sales as well. So it was a really good weekend for us, but we'll see if we can even get close to that number.
Yeah, we'll be able to relax and spend some time looking around today.
Yep. So we'll try it again. All right. Bye, everybody. All right, I'm in the car while the husband runs into Starbucks because the dragon drink is back. And what do you know, the first place I had is to get the giant chicken tenderloin and fries, so that we can get our food in right away before it gets too hot and too busy. So, had to go get some more food.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
It's really slowed down. It was busy, but we are on our last little leg here, maybe an hour and a half left to go, and you can see in all the rows it's pretty empty. But it's a little less than yesterday, but again, we have reached our goal for at least the little minis that you see right there for this weekend. So we did hit at least one goal despite our start there. All right, we tried a new flavor of smoothie. What flavor do
Blueberry
we have?
smoothie cools us down really quickly.
It's 87 outside, and we're in a building that's metal. There's some airflow, but it is hot no matter what.
You can feel the heat from the metal.
We have a little fan going, but it's not enough. So this is how we've been cooling ourselves. Today we had an ice cream cone, and now we're having a blueberry smoothie. Okay, last hour. It is picking up as far as noise, and we're still a little bit short from last year's numbers. But again, hopefully this last hour we'll get a few more, and it's time to almost close up. Alright everybody, I'm about to go pick up my husband and pack down. We didn't get much of that done because we're really tired, but it ended at 6. It's been about an hour and we packed down our new setup, and we're ready to go. It's the end of Sunday, the last day, and it's about 7 o'clock right now, but we did meet a small minimum goal based on how everything was turning out this weekend, and so we're happy about that, and we met our little item total goal. So all in all, it turned out better than we thought it would, and we're both tired because it's also a little bit hot today, like hotter than it normally is at the beginning of May. But yay, our May event, our first one is done, and we got to get ready for our next one next week. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. All right, at the Anoka County Fairgrounds, there are several ways to get into this little plot of land, so I'm having to go all the way around to go to the pickup area because we can't park in the guest parking. Obviously, we want to save as much room as possible for those who attend the event, but now here I go. I'm going around the outside, and the nice thing is that they have buildings and bathroom facilities and everything all set up, and they had like a little blow up things for kids. They had face painting, lots of fair food type things, and they had different people doing different kinds of entertainment. So The one good thing is that while it was hot, it wasn't buggy. So I guess we can really be thankful for that, and not having to also contend with our Minnesota state bird, the mosquito. So about to head in and go through the parking area and pick up the husband and try to get all of our stuff hauled out of here. It's Sunday, so we are going to be tuckered out tomorrow, and hopefully I can get all my other tasks done. After 3, and you know I forgot something. I gotta grab our wagon. Got the wagon. Now we're headed up here. Like I said, some people are really quick with their packed out, so we're usually some of the last people here. But check this out. There it is. All of our lights, everything all done. I think the husband's trying to figure out how to do some stuff.
Well, that is it for our spring festival at the Anoka County Fairgrounds. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel for more. We have more events to come this month, 2 more on the way. We also have our YouTube channel again and our Patreon. And this coming week, we are at Art-A-Whirl, and we're in the Grain Belt Bottle House, number 79, and in Minneapolis. So we're excited to participate in the Art-A-Whirl event. And here's another list of our events and the places that we will be. And again, thank you so much to all of those who returned and stopped by our booth for another year at our events. We really appreciate you. Thank you.